so quiet all of a sudden now? I mean, that's reality. I am sure. This gentleman here who I just met today on the brother, we can't waste the time to come. If you're not interested in realigning yourself and knowing that there's a way indeed for you to prosper as God has designed you to prosper. Everybody with me? Yes. And you are not too young. And your gender don't matter. Just to let you know. Just to give you a quick story before I invite the other speaker here tonight with us. There's a bank called Grameen Bank. They operate generally in the Middle East and in Asia, those areas. Bangladesh. And they have a success story with women. You see, Bangladesh is a culture kind of like ours, but not. A maternal culture. Ours is, but not really. But ours is a little bit better than theirs. In Bangladesh, there's a time when a woman really couldn't go to the bank and get a loan because she's a woman. The man should go there. And if the man don't go, she don't get nothing. Can you imagine? Can you imagine going to NCB in another day and being told you better bring in the man before we give you money? Now some of you wouldn't know what to do because you don't know where the man is. It's who that just said no, sir. So you wouldn't get no money at all? You don't have to find the nearest man and Karen. You don't have to borrow. But seriously, I laugh the fact with you. And would you believe that they came up with, there's an entrepreneur who wanted to help Bangladesh prosper because at the time of the initiative that I'm going to tell you about, it was listed as the poorest nation in the world. Which means, now we're supposed to be poor, right? Yes. But we are not at the bottom of the barrel or the bottom of the scales. Can you imagine? As a country, being listed as the poorest nation in the world, and you as a young girl, the poorest girl in the world? No man, that is not part of God's design. So, but here's what they came up with. They came up with this idea using a cell phone. See, this was early 2000s, and cell phones, were just taking over the Middle East like they did our Western area here. And this entrepreneur, a man like Uncle Charlie, decided that he was going to empower women. Because even though they have to have the man with them, really them on the thing. So they came up with a project to sell call time. But the only person who could buy a phone was the woman. Only person who could sell the time was the woman. Now, granted, she had the man's signature, but that's she. A simple idea like that. Selling time. So what they did was give a lady like she was able to get money from Grameen Bank to purchase her a nice BlackBerry or a nice Android smartphone. And who don't have phone in this bench had to come to her to make calls. And she made her money and paid back her loan by selling calls to people throughout the day. Yeah, using a simple cell phone. The cell phone was just taking on a popularity in third world countries and other places like that. And here's what we discovered as we studied this. Not only did her wealth grow, but her social status increased too. Because so God designed things. As you get more wealthy, yes, your status in life increases. Of course, it caused a little problem here between she and her husband because all of a sudden now, is she having money? And is she now can make some decision regarding what to buy, what to wear, who went, who when? Yes. Because again, that's part of God's empowering prosperity. Come on. Now I tell you that story because there are multiplicity of ways. Uncle Charlie has come here with an idea about farming, but maybe God has placed something on your heart that really can prosper you more than FEMA idea. So as I sit down, the main point I want to make about this first time here is if you think you have an idea in your heart that God has placed there that can help you prosper and help this little community in church here prosper, then we are depending on you to let us know. Because it's not we alone have sense. Not only for Charlie alone, right? Oh, you may have a little idea. Like that little girl that was shot in Pakistan, who now is an entrepreneur. I mean, a wealthy little girl. Don't even reach big one age yet, but already wealthy because of the ideas that's in her head and the desire she has to want to make a difference. Anybody really want to make a difference and come out of the rut that you're in? Anybody? Are you satisfied? If you're good with life, you know. If you're good with life, don't waste our time. If you're okay in life and everything is good, and you're happy, and you know it, then just say amen if we're done meeting right now. But if you believe that there's more that God has for you, and family, come inside now. I mean, I'll tell you straight. I mean, no man, come inside. If you come inside, I'm outside. Because it's... We're waiting. Come, so if it's... Come inside. Come on, come inside. Come inside. No? Now here's why I'm insisting that everybody come inside. And we don't really have no stragglers outside. By the way, you know there are some principles. You see, just like how everybody noticed that this phone may call one way. Okay, which means that there is a way for this phone to operate and prosper successfully. True? Yeah, man, all phones are designed with a particular way. In other words, there are principles that will make you either prosper, make you a better person, push you forward in life. One of the reasons why some of us not forward in life is because we just don't practice those things. Yeah, man. Unity is one of them. Yeah, man. So if you're going to do something, it's better not to have any struggle. It's better everybody come in and together set our minds and our heart toward the same purpose. Whereas some people struggle and some people kind of, not really interested. And here's another thing, agreement, which is another word for unity, is another part of prosperity. You see, who are we agree to lift this bench? What going to the bench? The bench have no choice, as heavy as it is. But you come here, come lift the bench. All right. You can lift up one side, but you can't take it to backyard outside. Which means that if prosperity was represented by taking it outside, anyone can do it. Everybody would have to pull together and of course make some effort in that regard. So we want to make sure that everybody is on the same page as we go along. There are some of us here who have learned how to prosper. Even when we are in the worst situation, we are prospered. Because that is God's design for you. Yeah, man. We follow a faith where all when people are in prison, they are prosper. Yeah, man. I want you to understand that. We're following that kind of faith. All when the Apostle Paul is in prison, we're still prospering, writing letters to encourage people all over the world. Yeah, man. That's the kind of God we have. Okay? Your circumstances are simply a part of your life to prepare you for where you're going. Your prosperity is already determined if you will walk the way God wants to walk. Is it with me? Yeah. Not your way. God's way. Alright? We're going to learn more about this as we go along. And as we take the time to come from our various places to help you. Alright? But remember now, as I close again, if you have an idea, you know, don't afraid to come to Uncle Charlie and say, you know, I have an idea of a thing can work in this community. Come on. Alright? So I want to open the floor in that regard. Don't, no, you're not too young. Because God placed some great ideas on some young people's heart in a scripture. And He can still do it today. So feel free to come down to Charlie and say, well, beside the Callaloo thing, I think that such and such could work if we try. We have persons here who are trained to do what's called SWOT analysis. So we can always sit down and show you whether or not your idea can work or can't work based on your current situation and circumstance. So you don't worry about that part. You just come with the idea. Come with the idea. Everybody with me? Yeah. All right. Well, let's use the hands that God has given us and put them together like this. And welcome. We're not going to give everything one night. That will make a comeback next week. All right. Yes. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. You'll hear more about that.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Now, you know that Michael came from Kingston, and some time ago he left Buffalo and went to Kingston. But I was here yesterday evening, as most of you know. And I went to Kingston this morning, but I was here when Charlie said he was going to come at 5 this evening. That's what I heard. And I thought I was late when I got to his place. I said that to him. Because I got there at 5, so I thought I was late. But the Lord works in a strange way. And yesterday evening, this young lady, Miss Dear, I forget her name, we were talking about the internet. And you see how the Lord works? Michael has a phone with the internet, and he was able to show me that Highgate Marketplace that we talked about, so we can show you after. But let me say a few things before we start.